turned it on, which is that button right there. You're at this screen right now. So then you're gonna press this button here. It's gonna go to layout. It takes a little bit of while to load, so don't trip out too hard on it. And this is just a rough overview, so I will teach you more. If you need it, give me a call. So we're gonna go here. It's Raging Wire 3-pipe 4 deck. So now you're at this screen right here. So you can go to layout mode. You can actually look at your whole grid. So north is going to be towards the sleeves on this job. So east, south, west, north. Right, so now you're here, you're going to go back. You're going to go to edit. Now we're going to try to find, so you're going to hit points. Now what you're doing here is you're trying to see the northern and the easterly of certain things. So you're going to go to your little Bible, which is your grid here. And you're going to find a point that you like as a north. So we will go with, we want to go about halfway down the print. So here's a point 11, right? Because this is a roughly halfway through the floor. What our main goal is to catch this column lines right here. So we're trying to get this zone right here. So you go in here, you hit 11, which is right here, right? So on 11, you got 165 by 52. We want to go southern of 11 so that we stay within that column line. So it's a 5-foot offset. So we're going to go with 160 on our north. So, right, we're going to be south of that 5 feet. So our lines are going to start right here, which is 160. So you're going to go, okay, cool. You remember 160. Now we got to try to find an easterly that we like, which is 636 or 634. I'm sorry, 634. So you're going to grab this slider here. You're going to drag that thing down. 634. Okay, so now you're looking at the easterly right here. So we want to go a little bit east of this point, so it's not included in the list. So we're going to create that as being 82. So you're going to hit the X button. Now you're going to go back to layout mode. Now you're going to go to the stake. You're going to go to layout list. Now you're going to find points. So now you have to delete the points once you're done, with the whole grid. You'll delete the points. I'll show you how to do that too. So now you're going to go to coordinate. Now you got to type in the coordinates that you remembered. Now we're in the bottom, southeast corner. So what I like to do is start with way down low. So we just go with -99. Right. So now our northern is going to be 160. Right, and then our eastern, we're going to start with 62. Oh wait, I'm sorry, a little tired this morning. 82 is going to be our eastern, and then because it's going off the grid, we're going to go 999. Just going wild on it, just go along. Now remember 82 and 160 because that's your northern border, and then that's your western border of this. So your next list is going to maintain the same north. You shift over column lines to the west, and then 82 will be your eastern border of your next list. So once you decided, okay, cool, that's what I want, now you find points. Now it comes up with 86 points, right? So now you go back. So in that little zone is 86 points. You go back into this PDF and you figure out which one you want to go by. So we'll just start in this upper right hand side. So you pick 326. So you can go sort by ID. Right. So again, we're gonna go 326. Right. So now you go find on your grid 326. Now you hit sort by shortest path. Now you're going to be starting in that upper right hand side of it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is you've created your list. Now you know what you're doing. Your machine's set up in a place that you can see that column line. Now you're going to go, okay, cool, layout point. You're going to say an instrument needs to be connected prior to continuing. You press OK. It's going to come to this screen right here. So you're going to hit connect. Now, a lot of the times this will come up. So right now it's not level, so just, you know, don't worry about it. Yours, it'll say not level, but it'll flash in and out. You know, Clayton, I know you've seen that too. Right now the invalid level of data is because it's just sitting on a box over there. So I'm going to press continue. So a lot of times at this screen right here before, it'll say, do you want to use the old layout? You're going to say no. Okay. Again, if you have questions, it'll say you want to use existing layout, just say no. So we're going to say continue. So now we're connected to the machine. So you press close. So now you're invalid. Now what you're going to do is, this is when you find your control points. So you're going to hit this button right here, which is your search function. Now if it's in a weird spot, the machine is clocked weird or whatever, and you need to adjust it. You're going to press the toolbox. You're going to hit joystick. Now this, you can move the machine up, down, left, right, whatever. So you hit the button and then let it do its thing. You can press stop or close. Again, left, right, up, down. And then once you get it kind of close, you want to clock it a little bit counterclockwise of where you're actually at, so that it'll swing into you. All right, so now let's just say we're good. All right, cool. You've hit that button. Now that once that's green, it says you're locked onto it, you're good. So now you're going to hit select mode, reference points. So now you're in reference points mode. Now again, you have to kind of look to figure out what reference points you want to use. The reference points, which we call them control points, are these little deals here. So 5 by 9. Now you can look on your print and you'll see that's E line, and then you can scroll up to figure out what this line is. That'll reference you on the job and just verify that you're in the right spot. So let's just say we're using 9 as a control. So you say, okay, cool. Your observed point's going to be 9, right? Okay, cool, you verified that's the point you're going to use. You're going to hit that button right there. Now it's going to do a bunch of working to find it. Now here's the weird part, is if you get distracted or it gets disconnected. So let's just say I needed to move it. Now if you notice, I go down here, there's this, right? There's going to be a stupid screen that's going to come up. Just press cancel, and then you can go back to doing whatever input you want, say, you know, 5 or whatever you want. And then once you got 2 or 3 points that are good, under here it'll say a tolerance, and it'll say like 1/16 by 3/16, 1/8 by 1/8. If it says something like 1 inch by 2 inches, you need to just cancel out, which is just close this down, go back to select mode, and now you're gonna be starting from scratch again. Then reshoot your points. Again, you want it to be within a quarter, so 3/16 by 1/16, 1/8 by 1/8, quarter by 0, whatever you want, but it'll be a green number here. Then once you're good, that store point button right here will turn green, and you'll say, okay, cool, store point, and then it'll come through a bunch of screens. Just keep pressing OK or continue until you get back to this screen right here. Now once you're at this screen, you're going to hit the stake again. You're going to go back to your layout list, and then the highlighted section, when it comes up here, is that point right there. Then you're going to press layout point. When you layout point, you're going to hit this screen again. That's going to be green. If it's not green, of course, hit the button and have it lock onto you, and then you're off to the races. Now again, when you want to do a new list, you completed the first list, you go back to the stake, you go to layout list. Now when you're completing points, all these little check marks here are going to be green check marks. So let's just say all these are green, you're good. Don't be nervous, just press remove all points. Okay, so you're going to say, okay, cool, I'm removing all the points from the layout list. Yes. Now again, this takes some time. Now you're back at this screen. You have no points on your list. Then you go back to your find points. Now see, it says reset search parameters. Now what I like to do is say no. So now these are the same search parameters as you had when you first made that other list. So all you got to do is move 82 over to here, and then get your new western border. Let's just say it's 46. So then it's 46 to 82, but your north stays the same because you're just sliding. You're sliding from this column line to this column line, and then you're sliding from this column line to this column line. right? So that's how I would do it, is one, you know, your whole print right here. I'd go 1, 2, you're gonna start here, 1, 2, 3, and then you can adjust your northern on this one, and 1, 2, 3. Write all your numbers down in a book, that way you can reference them later, because we'll get back to this screen. So let's say we changed it, okay, cool, find. And now you get your new points will be on this list. Now you're gonna start back with the same shit we started with earlier. And again, let's just say this is a new list. You want to go try to find your starting point, which again, we're going to start in the, you know, the northeast side of it. It's going to find 326. So we're going back to sort by ID. All right, and then we're going to go to 326. Come on. Come on. Right there, 326. And then, oh, God damn it. Oh, fuck. It's really hard to fucking do this at the same time as looking through a phone. So then sort by shortest path, and now you start right there, cool, layout point, and then you're gonna just go to town on it. Of course, you're gonna have to set up every single time. So you start with, you know, that first bay, which is there, then go to the second bay and the third bay, and then go up, you know, to this bay here, that bay, that bay. Of course, you won't make it that far. You know, you're just gonna be in these 3 bays. So basically that's how it goes. And again, that's going to be locking on, and the toolbox, which is right there, your joystick, and that's how you move everything up and down, side to side. Once you get it close, you hit that button right there, and then you'll be good to go. In this mode right here, this is, you're still trying to find the layout. So after you're done layout, this won't say select mode anymore. It'll say store point right over here, and you just hit that every time you get a point. Call me if you have any problems. Thank you.